Voy a bajar mi moño. Ahí. Sí.
Hello guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to this new class. Hello people. Good afternoon. Welcome to this new class, people. We are today, actually we are just 5 days of the course that we have started, people. So welcome everybody. We have 5 days now. I don't know, probably you already have access to the platform. Creo que ya tienen acceso a la plataforma. ¿Ya probaron? Have you tried it? Inténtenlo. ¿Ok? Se supone que ya tenemos que tener acceso a la plataforma. Entonces, people, vamos a empezar a trabajar with it. ¿Ok? That's what we are going to do. And there is something important today. Let me show you that one, guys. So, as you can see here, ya tenemos, people, entonces, los primeros temas, food vocabulary, food, ya podemos ir trabajando con ellos, people. Okay? Let's go right now. We are going to start with a video. Vamos a empezar con un video, guys. So, let's work with it.
Hey everyone, welcome back. In this class, you are going to learn about how often. So, if you're ready, let's get into the video. You use how often in questions when you want to ask about the frequency of an activity. Let me give you some examples. How often do you go to the park? I go to the park 3 days a week. So the frequency of this action.
How often do you go to the park? ¿Con cuánta frecuencia? How often do you go to the park? I go to the park 3 days a week. Okay? That's the question, how often?
Going to the park happens 3 times a week. Another example. How often do you visit your grandma? I visit her every Saturday.
How often do you visit your grandma? I visit her every Saturday.
You see, this action, visit my grandma, happens every Saturday. So this is how you use the question, how often. Now, if you see in the answers of these two questions, we have some important phrases. Number 1, 3 times a week. Every Saturday. These kind of expressions are the ones that you use to answer the how often question. So, you use adverbs of frequency and time expressions to answer how often questions. Let's learn some of the adverbs of frequency and time expressions. Let me give you a list of adverbs of frequency. First, we have always.
Adverbios de frecuencia. We use them to give answer to the question how often. Y aquí los tenemos, guys. Number 1, always. I always go to the church. Always. I usually go to the supermarket. Usually. I often, a menudo. I often go to the park. I sometimes eat pizza. De vez en cuando, sometimes. I hardly ever. Casi nunca. I hardly ever eat chicken soup. I never, it says never, I never eat eggplants, for example.
Usually, often or often, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. Now you are going to see over here some percentages. So you use always to talk about something that the frequency is 100%. So for example, I always go to church on Sundays. You don't miss a Sunday. So every single Sunday you go to church. Then usually could be a 90%. Often it's more of a 70%. So it's more like you do it more than you don't. Okay? Then we have sometimes. So this is like a 50-50. Right? Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. We have hardly ever. So this would be like a 10%, alright? It's pretty rare when you do it. And obviously we have never. So it's something that you don't do. Now let's talk about time expressions or expressions of frequency. You are going to see over here a chart. The first one is with every. Okay, this is the main word. And then the secondary words are up to you. So you can say every day, every week.
Cada día, every day, every week, every month, every year, every morning, every night, every what? Every Sunday, every Saturday, every June, every July, okay, every time, cada vez, every time I go to the park, cada vez que voy al parque, every time I wash my face, I wash my mouth, cada vez que me lavo la boca, every time I wash.
Every month, every year, or even you can add a day to that. Every Sunday, every Monday, or a part of a day. Every night, every morning. Now, you also have over here once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Now, the meaning of once is that you do it 1 time, and then you add the extra word.
Una vez,
example, once a week.
Una vez a la semana.
Only one
Once
day
a week.
of the week.
Twice.
Now, twice.
Two.
Twice.
Twice.
2 times.
2 times.
Okay. So if you say twice a day I drink water, you do this action 2 times a day. Then you have 3 times a month or 4 times a year. So you have these other
5 times, 6 times, 7
for
times.
you to answer the question, how often? So now you know some expressions that can help you to answer the how often question. Remember, you have adverbs of frequency, that they have a percentage, right? They are not so specific. And then you have time expressions. 3 times a day or twice a month. These can be considered a little bit more specific. So, now that you know this information, let's practice, okay? Alright, to practice, I am going to ask you some how often questions. The only thing that you have to do is answer according to what you do. So, question number 1.
Answer mentally, right? Later on, we will practice more about it.
How often do you go out with your family? Do you go out?
I go out with my family. Remember that you can use after the subject. You can use the frequency adverb. I always go out with my family. That means percentage. But you can use a time expression. I go out with my family every month, every Saturday, every Sunday, every Christmas.
Every weekend? Do you go out once or twice a week? How often do you go out? Alright, are you ready for question number 2? How often do you go to the movies? Do you know that? To watch a movie with popcorn or nachos. How often do you go to the movies?
I go out to the movies.
Do you go once a month? Do you go
Once a month.
Twice a year?
Twice a year, 3 times a year.
Now question number
What?
3. How often do you work out? Like run or do jumping jacks? How often do you work out? I never work out? Is that your answer? No, come on, come on. I sometimes work out.
I never
or you
work
always
out.
work out and you're in the morning.
I should work, but I never work out.
So these are some examples of how often questions. And now you know how to answer.
Okay, people, let's see. And we have the information right here, guys. This is, in other words, what's the structure. So we use frequency adverbs to describe the frequency that something happens. And you have then here. Okay? Always, usually, normally. Normally was not in the video, but it is in here. Often or frequently, 70%, sometimes, occasionally. Okay. Occasion. Occasionally. Repeat, everybody, guys. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasional.
Good. Okay. No occasionally. Occasion. Occasion. Occasionally. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Seldom, people, I don't use seldom. And in English, Nobody uses seldom anymore. Okay, ya nadie ocupa el seldom. So we say hardly ever or rarely. Repeat everybody. Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Good. Rarely. Rarely.
Rarely.
Rarely.
Rarely ever.
Rarely ever.
How often do you eat pizza?
Forever.
How often do you eat pizza?
Forever. Pizza.
People, I usually. No, I normally.
Surely.
I normally eat pizza. Pero quiere agregar más. Póngale el when. I normally eat pizza when I have money. When I have money, I normally eat pizza. Okay? That's the way. How often do you clean the house? I always clean the house when I have time. Okay? I like that. Okay? Remember, people, después del sujeto, usted pone el frequency adverb. Mire los ejemplos que tenemos aquí. Okay? I always walk to work. I always walk to work. He doesn't usually. Cuando sea negativa después del auxiliar negativo. He, people, cuidado, no digan he doesn't never. ¿Ok? Mayormente en oraciones negativas no se ocupa, pero se puede ocupar. He doesn't usually wear jeans. Do you, después del do you, viene el frequency adverb. Do you always practice English? People, do you always practice English? ¿Siempre practica inglés? Do you always practice your English? ¿Ok? Esto es cuando son verbos normales, people. Cuando es simple present sentence. Si es el verb to be, he is always. He is never. I am always. You are always. Everybody is normally. Everybody is frequently. I am sometimes. Después del verb to be. Okay? Questions, people. Do you have any question about frequency adverbs? Questions, doubts. Go ahead. Tell me, mister.
Más que pregunta, tal vez sí nos podría ayudar a facilitarnos ese cuadrito por WhatsApp.
Ah, you have it already. Ya lo tiene en su plataforma. Vean si pueden meterse a su plataforma. Les tiene que aparecer el segundo curso. Will be the 52. I can send it. Don't worry. Pero pueden revisarlo, people. Frequency. I like this one. No, that's not the one. That's pretty nice. People, do me a favor. Don't worry, mister. Do me a favor, everybody. Right now, well, antes de irnos a hacer los ejemplos, guys, let's go with time expressions. Okay? Vámonos con las time expressions. People with the time expressions es lo mismo realmente, Pero aquí, this is the structure, by the way. How often do? How often does? And you have the structure right here. You have the examples there. How often do you eat healthy food? How often do we exercise? How often does she eat fast food? How often does he eat vegetables? Okay, we can use the times expressions. People, las time expressions la pone al final de la oración. Yo le pregunto, how often do you eat healthy food? Usted me responde, I eat healthy food. How often do you do exercise? I do exercise. How often does she eat fast food? She eats fast food. How often does he eat vegetables? He eats vegetables. Y de ahí agrega la expresión de tiempo. Puede ser once, una vez, once a week, once a month, okay? 3 times a week, 3 times a month, 3 times a year. O puede ser every. Every, y usted le pone el día, año, mes, siglo, whatever. Every Monday, every day, every Saturday, every time. La expresión every time, cada vez. Every time. Y de ahí puede agregar algo. Cada vez que, ¿qué? Every time you. No, that's every step. Every time you what? Every time I cook. Mire la pregunta otra vez. How often do you eat healthy food? Every time my mother cooks. Every time I go to Subway. Every time my father cooks. Okay? Every time. Lo que usted quiera. ¿Cuál puedo responder con cuál, mister? Lo que usted desee. ¿Ok? Puede responder con el frequency adverb. Puede responder con la time expression. O puede responder con el every expression. So, questions, guys. Do you have any question? Do me a favor. On your notebook, quiero que escriba una pregunta con el how often. Quiero que la responda esa pregunta con el how often. ¿Ok? Let's go, let's do it. Two questions, the two answers. Escribamos una pregunta with an answer. Let's write two questions with two answers, people, please. How often do you eat lobster? How often do you go to the beach?
Es pregunta y respuesta.
Yes.
Okay.
How often do you buy online? How often do you buy on marketplace?
Teacher,
Tell me.
we were going to do just one, ¿verdad?
2 questions, 2 answers.
2.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Hola, estabas hablando. No me di cuenta que nos habían puesto en grupo.
We are not in group right now. I don't know if you're talking.
Ah, no.
Hello, mister. Only 2 questions, 2 answers. Okay, people, let's see. Ana Rebecca, please help me with one question and your answer.
Okay, teacher. How often do you listen to music? I listen to music usually.
Okay. Repeat again. Remember the structure. I usually.
I usually.
Yes. ¿Cuál sería la respuesta ahora? How often do you
I
listen to music?
I usually listen to music.
Good. Excellent.
Okay.
What music do you listen to? What's your favorite music?
Um, my favorite music is uh, el rock.
Okay. How often do you listen to Héroes del Silencio?
Uh, I I often listen Héroes del Silencio.
Listen to
Listen to Héroes del
Héroes
Silencio.
del Silencio. Okay, good, excellent. Great, right on. Remember, people, I often, I always, I never. Thank you so much. Esmeralda, tell me your question and tell me your answer.
Tiene que ser para mí la pregunta.
No importa.
Okay. How often do you go to the mall? Time on the week.
Sorry?
I 3 times on the week.
I go.
I go.
Cuando quieran decirme las veces, guys, el times va a ir al final. I go 2 times on the weekend. Repeat again. I go 2 times.
I go 2 times on the week.
Good. Excellent. Thank you so much. Good. Let's see. Jose Marvin, what about you? Can you tell us your question and your answer?
Well, good evening.
Good evening, mister.
My question and answer are, the first is, how often do you read? And the answer is, I usually read every day.
I usually read every day.
Read. I
Yes.
usually read. Okay.
What? Okay, let's see. How often do you read the Bible?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I only listen. I only listen the
Good, excellent. You understood the question. Good, mister. Thank you so much. Great. Catherine Jasmine. Catherine, help me with your question, please.
My question is, how often do you eat seafood?
Repeat again. How often do you eat seafood? No le ponga el A.
How often do you eat seafood?
Yes.
I sometimes eat seafood.
How often do you eat beans?
I usually eat beans.
Super. Thank you. Rocio, your question, please, and your answer.
My question is, how often do you drive? I hardly ever to drive, only when I visit my parents on the weekend.
Good. Extra information. Repeat again. I hardly ever to drive, you said? No necesita el to. I hardly ever drive.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to. Okay, how often do you visit your parents?
I visit my parents every weekend.
Super, excellent. Thank you. Good job. Lady.
Thank you.
Help me with your question, with your answer, please.
Next. How often do you eat fruit?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lady Mariela. So, thank you, Rocio. How often do you eat fruit? That question is good. Let's see. Lady, go ahead.
How often to go to the beach?
Okay,
I'm
sorry. Repeat again. How often
How
do you
often
go
do you go to the beach?
beach?
I often go the beach.
Ok, tenemos que recordar la estructura. Give me just a second. We need to remember the structure, lady. Let's see. No, this one. No, it's not the one. La pregunta siempre va a ser how often, luego el auxiliar. How often do y luego el subject. How often do you go to the beach? Okay, how often do you go to the beach? Y la respuesta será, give me a second. The question, la respuesta va a ser siempre, give me a second, está aquí. I, luego el frequency adverb y el verbo base form. ¿Ok? ¿Cómo sería su respuesta? How often do you go to the beach? I
always go to the beach.
Super. That's the way it goes. Okay? I always go to the beach.
Go to the
Okay? What beach do you often visit? What beach do you often visit? Lady?
I go visit the Cuco Beach.
Tunco Beach. Okay. I visit the Tunco Beach. Too expensive. Go to other beaches. That's expensive, I think. Good, excellent. Thank you, lady. Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, remember the structure. Elmer, your questions, please. One of your questions.
Okay. My question is, how often do you visit the park? The answer is, I sometimes visit the park.
When you visit the park, what park do you usually visit?
Cuscatlán.
I usually visit
Cuscatlán Park.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Rubidia. Please, one of your questions. Rubidia? Okay. Let's see. Virginia, what about you?
How often do you clean your house? I clean my house every day of the week.
Okay. You always clean the house.
Yeah,
in other words, you always clean the house. Okay. How often do you clean the house while you listen to music? Mientras. While you listen to music, Virginia.
I always.
I always clean the house while I listen to music.
Yeah.
Good. Do you have any question, guys? Preguntas, fácil, right?
Mister,
Tell me.
Le comenté que no o sea, tenía
Yes, you tell
interrupciones.
me.
Ajá, entonces tengo una duda.
Go ahead.
Con respecto a la pregunta que dice, how often do you go, por ejemplo, how often do you go to the mall, o no es necesario que le incluya siempre el do you, perdón, o siempre
No,
tiene que ir.
recuerde que yo le estoy preguntando, Brenda, how often do you go to the mall? ¿Cuán a menudo va usted al parque? Usted ya en español no me responde, usted, yo voy al parque. No, right? Solo dice directamente, yo voy todos los lunes. I go every weekend. Entonces el do you solo sirve para preguntarle a usted. Ya usted responde. Yo.
Sí, esa era mi duda, que si siempre, digamos, por ejemplo, en la pregunta siempre se le va a incluir el do you, ¿verdad?
En las preguntas, no, mire, depende a quién le quiera preguntar. Porque mire, por ejemplo, las otras preguntas. Let me show you. Yo no quiero saber de ustedes, guys. Yo quiero saber de... Let's see. Aquí se lo voy a enseñar. Este es un ejercicio que tenemos que hacer. People ya pueden hacer toda la unidad 1. ¿Ok? Pueden irse a la unidad 1 y completar la unidad 1 de su plataforma. Ya vimos los temas. How often do or does, guys? ¿Qué creen ustedes? How often do we?
Do.
¿Por qué? Porque we es plural. Y los plurales van con do. ¿Ok? How often do we eat fast food? Ya no pregunto how often do you. Porque ahorita estoy preguntando cuán a menudo comemos comida rápida nosotros, people. Me incluye a mí. How often do we? ¿Cuál sería el segundo, guys? El número 5. How often do or does? Porque es Alexander y él es tercera persona. Imagínense, yo quiero preguntarle de su mamá. How often does she prepare lasagna? How often does she cook pizza? How often does she prepare pupusas? How often does she? Porque estoy hablando de su mamá. ¿Qué tal si les pregunto de su papá? How often does your father cook? How often does he wash his car? How often does? Y aquí Alexander does. Y esta, people, your friends. Go to an ice cream. Go for an ice cream. Do or does? Do. Porque es plural. Friends. Okay. Friends. That is plural.
En ese caso, si está hablando de los amigos de él, siempre sería el do.
No terminé. Siempre está, porque es plural. Usted se refiere a los amigos. ¿Cuán a menudo van tus amigos? Incluso podría ser, ¿cuán a menudo van los amigos de ella al gimnasio? Siempre va a ser do, porque estamos hablando no de ella, sino de los amigos de ella. Plural. ¿Ok? Mira, mistake. People, no respondí una. Pero eso es lo que van a hacer ustedes en este ejercicio. Okay. How often does? Claro, Brenda.
Sí, thank you, mister.
Welcome. Any other question, guys?
Teacher, yo tengo una pregunta.
Go ahead.
Pero es con
Catherine.
respecto a la plataforma. ¿Dónde puedo encontrar el link para ingresar?
Give me a second. No sé si va a servir este link. Pruébelo ahorita, please.
Lo mandan
Ahorita se
al
lo envío.
correo si es primera vez.
Se lo mandaron al correo. Si es primera vez,
Su clave.
Usted ya ha accesado, Catherine. Sí, ¿verdad? ¿O no?
Sí, ya he ingresado a las clases, pero no he ingresado a la plataforma.
Nunca ha accesado a la plataforma. Entonces revise su correo, el que le dio a Gisela. Ahí tiene que tener los accesos.
Bueno. Gracias.
¿Ok? Si no tiene, no le ha caído nada, pregúntele a Gisela, la chica que está de Speak, mandándole mensaje y diciéndole es ella. ¿Ok?
Bueno. Gracias. Sorry, teacher.
Tell me.
En la descripción de WhatsApp están los links para entrar a la plataforma Zoom y a YouTube.
Yes. Yep. Veamos. Lista de reproducción, plataforma, sí, ahí está el... Pero sí, para las credenciales, ellos se las tienen que haber mandado. Gracias, sí, es cierto, ahí está, en la descripción. Okay, people, let's see. Let's practice right now. I'm going to ask you questions using how often, y ustedes me la responden, okay? Let's go right now, and I start with Maria Franco. How often do you practice English?
Hello.
Hello, Mary. How
Practice
often
English.
do you practice English?
Practice English. I do every day.
I practice English.
I do every day.
Do for questions. Para preguntas. Para negativas. Para positivas. No necesito ocupar el do con el otro verbo. Solo el verbo practicar. Otra vez le pregunto. How often do you practice English? Primero el sujeto. ¿Cuál sería? Mary, how often do you practice English?
Yes.
I verbo.
I am.
No. I am, yo soy. Y yo le estoy preguntando, how often do you practice English? Sujeto, verbo. ¿Cuál es el verbo principal en esta pregunta?
I often.
Ajá.
I often practice English every day.
Ok. O simplemente, I often practice English.
I often
That's it.
practice English.
I often practice English. Veamos, le voy a hacer otra pregunta. How often do you watch movies in English?
I don't movies in English.
Otra vez, sujeto. Ok, ¿cuál es el sujeto? ¿Cuál sería el sujeto?
I.
Ok. Luego, la frecuencia. ¿Cuál es el que dice 0%? I never.
I never.
You never qué?
I never TV. No, I never.
Verbo. How do you say ver televisión?
I never watch TV.
I never watch TV. ¿Y así? People, sigan la estructura, right? Acuérdense, sujeto, verbo. En este caso, como estamos ocupando frequency adverbs, sujeto, frequency adverb, verbo, complemento. I never watch TV. Y ya no puedo poner every day ni nada de eso. Sí se puede, la verdad. I never watch TV every day. Pero I never watch TV. Ya con eso no importa si es every day o every week. Ya entendemos. So, like that. Good. Let's see, Elmer. How often do you eat fritada?
I never eat fritada.
Okay.
I never eat that.
You never eat fritada. Okay, mister. No, se está perdiendo de lo mejor de la vida. No, I'm kidding. I don't like. No, no me gusta a mí. I hate it. True. Good. Excellent. Virginia, how often do you eat vegetables?
Sometimes eat vegetables.
Subject. No olvide el
I
sujeto.
sometimes eat vegetables.
Y si se lo pregunto veces, ¿cuántas me diría? How often do you eat vegetables? Ocupando veces. Virginia. How many times? ¿Cuántas veces? How many times do you eat vegetables a week?
Five times a week. I 5 times a week eat vegetables.
I eat vegetables. Repeat. I eat vegetables.
Vegetables 5 times a week.
Cuando queramos responder con times, primero va la misma parte de la pregunta. I eat vegetables. I do exercise.
I eat vegetables 5 times a week.
Y luego van las times. Good. Excellent. Great. Fatima, how often do you wash your mouth? Do you wash your teeth?
And sometimes.
Recuerde su... Ajá. Again.
With almond.
Ok. No se le entendió. Trate de abrir más la boca. Open your mouth. Vamos primero con el sujeto.
Repeat question, please.
Ok. How often do you brush your teeth? You wash your teeth.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Every time to brush my teeth.
Primero el sujeto.
I.
I.
Every day.
¿Me va a decir veces o me va a decir frecuencia? Which one?
Oh, okay. I brush the teeth for week.
I
brush my teeth 7 days.
Ok. Puede decir every day. Para no ir por cada día, yo digo every day. Cada día. Ok. Para no decir los números, right? Every day. Repeat. I wash my teeth. I brush my teeth.
I wash
every day.
Brush teeth every day.
Good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brenda, how often do you curl your hair? People, do you know what curl your hair means? Miren al chat. Curl your hair. Curl your hair.
Cortar, no.
No.
No,
Se
mi cabello, pero
acolocha.
no sé. ¿Ah?
Se acolocha.
Ah, me colocho. Así
How
soy yo.
often do you curl your hair?
Así soy yo, le digo, ¿qué puedo decir?
I never curl my hair. This is natural. Come on. Uh-huh. How often do you curl your hair?
I never curl my hair.
Good, excellent. Y vengo yo y le pregunto, is that natural? Oh, yes, it is.
Yes.
So, okay, it's natural. Natural curls. Good. Excellent. Giovanni, how often do you check WhatsApp?
I check my WhatsApp every day.
Every day. Okay, good. Excellent. Carlos Cesar, how often do you check your Facebook?
I hardly ever check my Facebook.
Oh, okay. How often do you check your Instagram? Carlos.
I have no Instagram.
I don't have.
Don't.
Repeat. I don't have Instagram.
I don't have
Okay.
Instagram.
Good. It's a man without networks. Good. Excellent. Well, that's really good. You know, we shouldn't be wasting our time in social networks. Excellent. Let's see. Veronica Barahona. How often do you listen to rancheras music? Vero. How often do you listen to rancheras? Remember, sujeto. Creo que no se le escucha. Pero no me sale en mute. Pero no se le escucha el audio. Probably it's a connection problem. Mire, a veces solo con salirse y volverse a meter, se arregla. Entonces, you can try that. Puede salirse de la reunión y se vuelve a meter.
Nosotros sí le escuchamos, teacher.
Yeah, so I think it's Veronica's problem. I think it's her internet connection. Pero problemas con el internet, pero de Verónica. So, guys, let's see. André, how often do you get sick? Enfermarse. Get sick. How often do you get sick?
I usually
Get sick.
I usually get sick.
Good, excellent. Get sick. Okay, that's the way. How do you say enfermarse? Okay, let's see. Andrea Somoza, how often do you get sick? Lo mismo, creo, lady, I don't hear you. No la escucho. I don't hear you. No se lo escucha. Quizás es problema con la conexión. O vea si son los headsets, los auriculares, tal vez. No tiene. Entonces, sálgase y trate de conectarse. Verónica, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. Ya
Vaya,
me,
hoy sí le escucho. Entonces sí, Andrea, sálgase y vuélvase a meter. Good. Verónica. Ajá. How often do you listen to rancheras?
I not rancheras.
I never, repeat, I never
I never rancheras. I never not
listen.
rancheras.
Recuérdese, sujeto, verbo, perdón, sujeto, frecuencia, verbo. I never eat.
I never eat, listen,
No,
not
yo estoy
ran-
diciendo eat. I never eat pizza. ¿Y usted? ¿Cómo me diría? Yo no escucho rancheras.
I never rancheras.
Listen to, el verbo escuchar. I
I
never.
never listen to rancheras.
You never listen to rancheras. Okay? In the bus, neither. Ni en el bus. I always listen to rancheras, people. I always listen to rancheras. The thing is that I don't want to listen to rancheras, but I always listen to rancheras, especially in the morning. Amaneciendo con los Tigres del Norte. I know that one very well. So, good, people. Preguntas. Do you have any question about this one, guys? Preguntas, dudas, something?
Yo tengo
No?
una have a question.
Ajá, André.
Yo había hecho las que usted dijo de how often. Entonces era how often do you exercise? Entonces la respuesta era I every 3 days. ¿Está correcto?
No está correcta porque le falta el verbo. Y el verbo en este caso es do exercise. Yo les digo, no ocupen el do en las preguntas, guys, excepto en las preguntas, excepto en los verbos que sea como hacer ejercicio, do exercise, hacer la tarea, do the homework. ¿Ok? Ahí sí va el do, porque el verbo es do the homework. Entonces, volviendo a la pregunta, how often do you do? Tiene que ser do you do. How often do you do exercise? How often do you do exercise? I do exercise
I do
3 times a
exercise
week.
every no, yo había puesto I every 3 days.
Entonces sería I do exercise every 3 days.
Sería I do exercise every 3 days.
Exacto.
Okay. Thank you.
Mayormente para la pregunta va a ser how many times. ¿Cuántas veces? Por ejemplo, si yo les pregunto, guys, ¿cuántas veces se cepillan los dientes? I brush my teeth 3 times a day. 2 times a day. Well, I do it 2 times. 2 times a day. Okay.
Every 3 days.
Cada 3 días.
Ajá.
Ok. Sí, puede decir every 3 days. Cada 3 días.
Ok, thank you.
Teacher, en el ejemplo que dio la muchacha en el video, dice, I go to the park 3 days a week.
Yo voy al parque 3 veces a la semana.
Y usted acaba de decir every 3 days. Y every
3 veces.
supuestamente lo ocupamos para day, week, month, year.
Sí. Ahí depende lo que usted veamos. Let's look at this one, guys. Give me 1 second. Every. Y usted puede usar el every que usted quiera. Por ejemplo, every 3 days. 3 veces Cada 3 días. Every 3 days. Ya tenemos el verbo. Every week. Every month. Do you know Halley's Comet? El cometa Halley. El cometa Halley pasa cada 76 años. Every 76 years. Passes around the planet. Bueno, creo. Every 70 something years. Every 70 years. The Halley's Comet. Okay. Let's see. Every Monday. Every day. Every day. Y ahí están los everys, people. Every moment. Me recuerdo de ti cada momento. I remember you every single moment of my day. Every single moment. Cada momento. No hay momento que yo. Every single. ¿Ok? Esa es una expresión, guys. Every single. Every single, cada minuto. Every single minute. Without you, I am nothing. Cada minuto sin ti, yo soy nada. ¿Ok? Esos son los every. Pero también podemos ir con el número de un solo. 3 times. 4 times. 2 times. 5 times. Etcétera. ¿Ok? Y usted puede decir 3 times y lo mismo. 3 times a week. 3 times a day. 3 times a month. 3 times incluso podemos hacer esta combinación 3 times every 1,000 years. 3 veces cada 1000 años hay una erupción en el volcán, por ejemplo. ¿Ok? Pero quedémonos con los más comunes. Every month, every day, every week, every Sunday, 3 times a week, 3 times. Y aquí les ponemos a week. 3 times a day. 3 times a month. 3 times. Y ahí estamos. ¿Ok?
Teacher,
That's how we use it. Tell
¿cómo
me,
sería un
dígame.
ejemplo para responder de esa manera?
Por ejemplo, la pregunta podría ser, how often do you brush your teeth? ¿Cuán a menudo se lava los dientes? La pregunta siempre puede ser con how often. 3 times a day. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. I brush my teeth after every meal. Después de cada comida. After every meal. Okay. How often do you how often do you see your relatives? ¿Cuán a menudo se reúne con sus familiares? How often do you see your relatives? Every Christmas. Once a year. Una vez al año. Once a year. O every year. Cada año. Lo mismo. Every Christmas. Cada Navidad. Like that. ¿Ok? La pregunta siempre puede ser con how often. Like that. Con esta, con los times, le pueden preguntar how many times. ¿Cuántas veces? How many times do you do exercise a week? ¿Cuántas veces a la semana hace usted ejercicio? Usted puede decir, I do exercise 5 times a week. I do exercise every day. I do exercise every day from Monday to Friday. Every day from Monday to Friday. Cualquier cosa. That's what you can answer. ¿Ok? ¿Claro, Fátima? ¿Cómo puedo ocupar estos?
Sí, pero la mayoría de veces lo he ocupado con every day, every week.
Es más fácil que el
No
times.
estudio, porque supuestamente lo que he entendido de esta clase es que tenemos separación, ¿verdad? De a veces, 3 días, y every meses. O sea, hay dos tablitas, una para vez de días y la otra
Usted
para
es libre de
de...
seleccionar la que
Ujú.
usted quiera.
Esa es una combinación.
Sí, pero siga las combinaciones. Pero usted puede decir lo que usted quiera. Puede decir solo con un frequency adverb. Por ejemplo, yo les pregunto, ¿cuántas veces a la semana comen moronga? Pero si usted sabe que nunca come, solo dice, I never eat moronga, mister. Sorry. ¿Ok? Porque usted puede elegir lo que usted quiera. Whatever you want. Okay. People, what are your hobbies? How often do you practice your hobbies? ¿Se recuerdan cómo decir los hobbies, guys? With ing, right? My hobbies are reading, listening to music, playing soccer, and watching TV. Pero ahora, aparte de decirme sus hobbies, ¿y cada cuánto los hacen? ¿Cada cuánto los practican? Let's practice right now. Okay, what are your hobbies? How often do you practice them? What are your hobbies? And how often do you practice them? Practiquemos esa pregunta. For example, my hobbies. Well, my hobbies are listening to music, watching TV, no, watching videos on YouTube, learning languages, and watching soccer matches. I always watch videos on YouTube. Every day I watch videos on YouTube. I watch videos from my favorite channels. Then soccer matches. I watch soccer matches every Sunday and Saturday. I usually listen to music when I have time. And that's it. That's about it. ¿Qué tal ustedes? Let's practice a little bit, guys. Practiquemos un poquito before we finish the class. Questions, preguntas, people. Recuerden la estructura. Sigan sigan la estructura. That's gonna help us a lot. Let's go. Let's practice. Okay, guys, we will wait for everybody. Let's wait. Ok, guys, recordemos, mañana empezamos con How do you make your favorite food? Mañana vamos a empezar con la presentación, cómo se hace su comida favorita. Remember, you cannot read, ok? You cannot read y be ready because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Un par de preguntitas le voy a hacer. So, practice for tomorrow, how do you make your favorite food? Okay? 2 minutes. That will be the presentation about. Let's see right now, para terminar, people, let's go. Tell me, what are your hobbies? How often do you practice them? Elmer, tell us, please. What are your hobbies? How often do you practice them?
Okay, my hobbies are watch videos on YouTube. I usually do it in the afternoon. And my other hobbies is listen to music. I always listen to music every day.
Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you so much. It was really good. I like it. Be careful with this. I like watching, or I like to watch. Okay, just be careful with that one. Besides it was really good. Good information. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Axel, what about you? What are your hobbies? How often do you practice them?
My hobbies is playing video games. I always playing video.
What other hobbies do you have?
Playing video games.
Only that one. Thank you so much. Okay, good. People, tip for everybody. Recuerden, when I ask you questions, es para ver su nivel de inglés. ¿Ok? Entonces trate de decir, aunque no sea verdad, usted trate de hablar. Nuestro objetivo siempre va a ser 30 segundos, guys. Speak 30 seconds. Cuando sean preguntas de la clase. Ya cuando sea de examen, ya es diferente. Pero preguntas de la clase, you are intended to speak 30 seconds or more. ¿Ok? Make it up. Invéntelo. Don't worry. Como les dije, I'm not here to hear the truth. Just your impression. So, thank you, mister. It was good. I like it. Try to add more information next time. So, it was good. Let's see. Cesar Alexis. What about you? What are your hobbies? How often do you practice them?
I practice, my hobby is working out. I sometimes work out in my house because I don't like to do exercise, and it's very important for my health. That's why I go out in my house.
Would you like to add something more?
And also, I don't go to the gym because I don't have money, and besides that, I love the workout.
Super.
That's it.
I like it. Good. Excellent. You could have added another hobby. Pero me gustó bastante, and I'm sorry, you are eating too. So enjoy your meal, mister. But it was good. I like it. people, please do that. Agreguen información. Si les gusta sembrar frutas, ¿por qué? Okay, try to tell me why. Or try to add more info. Mañana, please, guys, agreguen más detalles. Recuerden, 2 minutos. That's tomorrow's goal. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. That's it. Have a wonderful night. Completemos la unidad 1, people. Ya podemos ir con todo a hacer la unidad 1, guys. Bye, people. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, teacher. See you.
See ya. Bye, people.
See you tomorrow. Take care, partner.
Bye. Virginia? Oh, no. Think she had a question. Bye, people. Take care, everyone. Bye.